Welcome to another episode of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons Tomb of Annihilation. And it's a fitting title, I think, today. We seem to be in a tomb and we're about to be annihilated.
Let me judge.
Fair enough. All right, so let's get some introductions out of the way here. We'll start in the bottom right corner there. Kashcah.
Hi, I'm dungeon mastering this crazy campaign.
Ooh, new layout.
Yes, new layout. And
actually, do we need introduction at this point?
Yes, we do, because people still jump in halfway through. And I moved some of the words off of our faces because they were just intruding too much. So, but up from Kashcah and to the left is Flippy, which is a little pet of Lyssa's character, which we will get to. But next to Flippy, we have Nerevar.
Yeah, that's me. And I'm playing as Tobias Salazar, who is a special summoner, and he's commanding his Eidolon Arokh Ironscale.
Bing.
Okay, I passed.
Yes, you did. Next to him, we have Kellisto.
Hi, I'm Kellisto of the Bear God clan, and I am a half-elf druid.
Indeed. Next to Kellisto, we have Lyssa, who is without camera today.
Yeah, sorry about that. Mosquito's face, you know. Yeah, I am playing Valia Bonesmasher. I am a Lizardfolk Barbarian, and I'm gonna eat me some snakes. Oh, I've already made my death saving throw. I'm okay.
You gotta make a lot more than that.
Snakes.
Yeah, for sure.
And then next to her is myself. I'm Vallen. I'll be playing Ulfgar Holderheck, a dwarven bard sorcerer. And we also have with us some NPCs, notably of which previously a player character was Aelia, a cleric centaur, a cleric fighter centaur, and previously played by Rorax. She will not be joining us and was not able to continue on with the campaign, sadly. She will be missed. But moving on from that, we also have, I think, Ishmael is our current undercover operative that is holding our hands and keeping us safe. Kashcah, correct me if I'm wrong.
Nope, that's your dude.
Okay. And we are currently stationed in a harem. In a
closet.
Yep, hiding room.
Hiding out in a closet in a harem.
And not just your average harem, if there even is such a thing, but the harem of a whole bunch of Yuan-Ti or snake-like people that pretty much want to kill everything and bathe in their blood to, make themselves feel better. So we're here to try and stop some of that. Take out the head snake, cut the head snake, cut the snake's head off thing, and hopefully all the rest of the body will devour itself. I don't know how that works. Well, this is our plan. Yeah, let me just read what this says. Zagmira was turned to stone last time, and we had no way of turning her back. We left her in our escape to run shelter with her undercover agent Ishmael, who hid us in the harem rooms. We plotted the demise of Raznasi, the necromancer we're here currently to try and defeat and get the puzzle piece of, and are trying to take advantage of the power vacuum that would cause. With Fenthasa, the second in command, which I think is a head cleric type, it may make while trying to rescue Zagmira and her puzzle cube at the same time, which we've got all but 2, and these 2 people have the other ones. We've got to try and get the others. Till then, we're trying to get some rest and avoid Sakaluk, the bodyguard of Raznasi, who is a well-trained terror, apparently, but has no specific love of Raznasi, the current leader. Just enjoys his position and secretly sneaks in to hang out with his mistress, which he's not supposed to be doing, in the harem at night, and perhaps turn them away from their job to better their standing with their mistress as well. So maybe everybody will be better off without Raznasi hanging around, and then we can escape without having to fight the entire city of snake people, as we've already fought a very large number so far, and have found that they have quite the ability to overwhelm us. Yeah, so that's the thing. Did I kind of get that right, Kashcah?
Mostly.
Mostly. Well, I'll leave you to do any corrections there if you choose to, but otherwise, I think we're ready for our demise.
So you've just finished a long rest in the closet in the harem, and Ishmael at one point returned and let you know that he had found Zagmira and that she was back in her humanoid form, like she was back to being a fleshy human again. But that
Little
and I think actually that's kind of where we left it as far as I remember. I think
a little torturing might have been going on.
Yeah. I think she's not in the best shape.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully she still remembers how to cast Fireball by the time we get to her. So we've finished our watches. It's morning at this point. We're just trying to stay low, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've all had a long rest at this point, so it's up to you what you want to do next. I mean, it's difficult. It's impossible to tell if it's morning or not. You guys have no way of telling the time down here. So who knows?
Well,
what time of day it is?
Right. I mean, we're pretty much just reliant upon Ishmael to keep us up to date with timelines at this point. And I mean, I guess Ulfgar would kind of hope that he'd be able to try and keep us informed, because he's already trying to keep us safe right now. So, just to reiterate, our plan is currently to lay low until the evening. And when Ishmael comes to visit his mistress, we're to teleport out using the circle magic over there to Raznasi's room, try and slay Raznasi. Then how do we get to Zagmira? Is that on the way out? Zagmira's up in the I gotta go down to our little hand scribbled map that's on the stones down here, over in the sacrificial area, which means we'd have to go through the main chambers to get there. I'm not a big fan of that. Or across the top here. I don't know if these all connect. But are we trying to kill Raznasi first and draw everybody to that attention, and then teleport back to the harem and cut back across to try and get Zagmira? I mean, we'd be stuck in there, though.
I think we should go after Raznasi first.
True, but I think we need to convince his champion that is better away. He will be better. He will be better to cooperate with us.
Right. And I forgot, there is a way that we could escape through the river, potentially. That was our possible escape route, is just to try and fly through there as quickly as possible before the Hydra recognizes that we're there, if we're not able to just exit through the front gates. But I forgot, there is, if you look at the map, right in the boiling blood room, there's a portal right there. That'd get us right next to where Zagmira potentially is. So as people perhaps arrive, we make a loud sound and attract a lot of attention to, probably will in the battle, I would imagine, to Raznasi. We could potentially use that circle to teleport over to the Blood Room portal, and then try going to free Zagmira from there. And then from there we head out to the front gates and try and just exit.
Okay.
What you think?
That might work. But we still don't know where are the cubes.
Right, we are kind of relying on the fact that they hopefully are still with Rosnasi. We don't know where they would be in that room. And the other being that Zagmira would have that cube with her somewhere. That's a good point. I don't have any way of locating objects like that magically. Does anybody else in the group? Yeah, Ulfgar's darting around.
Yeah, I think I do. It's been so long since I've tried to use something like that. I may have gotten rid of it.
It's all right. I've forgotten a few spells in my time. Many during this campaign.
Yeah, I think I did actually end up dropping it the last one time when we were able to change.
All right, so we'd actually have to manually look for it then. There'd be no ways of finding it otherwise. Let me check my.
I do have divination.
What does that do? Oh, you're like, click.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. I know we used it once. I have to ask specific goals, events, or activities that will occur within 7 days. I don't think I want to be down here for 7 days, so it's really not. Not gonna be helpful.
Fair enough. They're non-magical, so that won't work, because I usually can find things with that. I guess we have to use our good old-fashioned vision and intuition, because I don't think that Ishmael would be able to obtain such information. I guess I would try to ask Ishmael at some point, Kashcah, if... Which, hold on 1 second, let me switch to Singapore so I can actually see your response. There we go. If he happened to see if the puzzle cube was in there with Zagmira, or if he just heard that Zagmira was in there and turned to flesh.
He says most of her belongings have been taken from her. He says, I don't know where they put them, but she was, whatever she had with her is not, in the same place that she is.
Right. Do you think she'll last the day? Or do you think we'll need to do a change of plans and move faster?
He says, hang on 1 second. He says Finalizing likes to make it last as long as she can. So,
Great.
so she'll likely last the day.
Right. Okay. So we'll have to keep some healing for her, hopefully. All right. So then that's still a plan. I'll leave you to discuss with the others at the moment. I'll be right back. That thing we mentioned, I have to go take care of. I'll be right back.
I don't know. I just shrug my shoulders and sit down, and I look at everybody and I'm like, y'all have magic. I don't. I just have to kill things. So.
Well, I think we should
them
just try
off you long enough.
We should just try the portal and go see. Maybe they've already taken the other cube to Rosnasi. So we might find both of them there.
Yeah, if they took her things, they more than likely saw that she had that cube. So, I'm betting that they have that now.
Here's we need to figure out where they are.
Well, it's up to you and Ulfgar to make the portal work? You're the magic user.
I just nod my head. Point at Kellisto, she's right. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure though.
No pressure. I was like, how about that fancy talking dagger that that you told us says things to you? I still think you're crazy. I don't think it says anything to you.
So we're leaving now, and you're gonna get us to see RoraxPlays, right? Ulfgar? It's all on you.
Disappearing under your desk.
I think I gotta go. I'll be right back. Hey?
Yeah?
I just pointed out while you were gone. I pointed out while you were gone that if they took all of Zegmira's things, then they're most likely they've already given it to RoraxPlays, so we might find both cubes there. And then we could just leave.
What about Zegmira? No comment, I see.
Nobody cares.
She has her own agenda, which may or may not coincide with ours.
Right. Well, actually...
I think her schedule's pretty clear at the moment. It's just, well, not clear, but it's a lot of the same thing over and over again at the moment. Trying not to die and being in immense amounts of pain.
So, Ishmael, trying to think here. If he's coming along, as well as Zegmira...
He says, who said I'm coming along?
I thought you didn't want to stay here?
But I'm not facing RoraxPlays. He says, no. He says, I've done my job.
How do you plan on getting out?
He says, probably the way you came in.
Back door?
That's not gonna happen.
He says, yes, or I can find an excuse to go out the front.
Do you think you'd be able to get to Zegmira?
He says, no. He says, I can see her, but there's no way for me to release her.
Right. All right. I was just checking, because I was thinking if we just needed to make the distraction, which obviously I think we can manage, that would allow you to escape with Zegmira. And we could meet up outside, but... So... Are we leaving you then?
Look at me. He says, I'm not exactly equipped for battle. And you look at him.
I'm not asking you to do it.
He's literally like in some kind of like.
Yeah, harem outfit.
Yeah, exactly.
I realise that. I'm just wanting to. I don't want to leave anyone behind. You've been good to us. You've kept us safe. And we'd like to do the same for you. And Ulfgar looks around the room.
But Zegmira mentioned that you were capable to sneak out if you wanted patrol.
He says, yes, that's exactly what I mean. I can find some excuse to go out the front door if needed, but he says...
So maybe you're not suited for battle, but you are definitely built for deception and deviance.
At the very least,
says,
you'll be safe though. You'll be safe though if we leave you. You don't need to come with us. This is what I want to know. I don't want to leave you behind if you need to leave with us.
I can take care of getting out of here by myself.
Okay.
He says,
assuming then that we free Zegmira and bring her with us, where all can we meet up?
He says, my employment with Zegmira has come to an end. Perhaps you're not quite grasping that that she'd hired me for this, and clearly now she doesn't need me here anymore, so...
I didn't think you'd want to be left in the jungle by yourself, though, unless you have alternate means of getting home.
He says, again, don't worry about me. I can, I'm actually much better on my own.
All right, then. He's actually a real Yuan-Ti. All right.
Busted.
So then we're just kind of chilling out here for the rest of the day, keeping things quiet till evening again. At this point, then.
He says, I can try to bring you some food if you're hungry.
Yes, please. It's not like just going to be blood, is it?
He says, well, it might be a little more to the Yuan-Ti's taste.
Why are we waiting until evening?
So that the bodyguard won't be with Raznasi, and we'll have an easier time overwhelming him with our numbers. Because from what I understand, the bodyguard is a tough one, equivalent to our own Valia. And I'd really like to avoid fighting a Valia.
Ulfgar, are you really expecting someone coming to a harem like fully geared?
Yes. But I don't know. I've never gone to a harem before. Do you frequent them then?
Oh, Tobias.
Yeah,
Juicy
yeah,
backstory,
yes.
go.
He's like, why, yes, I owned a couple on my own.
Oh, yeah. That's how we had our income.
It's the dark
let's say
underbelly of...
Tobias Littlefinger, what?
Let's say Tobias isn't as prude as you may think.
Okay.
Princess works an eye.
Yeah.
Maybe bitten off more than she could chew.
Yes. That much is certain.
All right. Sorry. Back.
It's all right. We're just discussing how we're pretty much just going to sit here and do nothing for like the next 12 hours or so until it's time for the snake bodyguard to come in, and then that's our key. All right. Is it possible that we can get a look in at the circle sometime before the mistress's bodyguard, or before the bodyguard gets in here? It doesn't have to be like now or midday when you're busy or something, but perhaps there's some time after things have settled down, but before then, that we can get a peek in there so that Tobias here could figure out how to make that work proper.
He says yes. He says once a day these ladies go for a bath. So when that happens, you could, go and have a sneak into the next closet over. And
How
have
long
a
are
look.
they usually gone for?
Oh, he says a good hour at least.
Yeah. And for those picturing it, I'm sure it's a bloodbath too.
He says, well, without a doubt, Raznasi would not want his ladies bathing in water now, would he?
Ulfgar is trying to make another insight check on Ishmael, just because he's like, you've been doing this stuff. Are you really enjoying this? Do you want to become one with, are you enjoying your time here? This is what he wants to know, as if...
Go on then.
All right. Insight. Takes a second to roll. There you go.
You don't get that vibe from him that he, is becoming one with the Yuan-Ti. He seems actually super professional regarding being a spy.
Okay. All right.
He's a pro man.
Okay. Then I guess we can give it a chance then. That's all I've got. I can't think of anything else. Do you want to discuss anything else? nobody knows how big or wide or what Rasnasi's chambers are, so I don't know how we can plan for that.
Mm-hmm.
I reach in my bag and I take out a bottle and just kind of go curl up in the corner for a little.
Ulfgar look at you and go, "Don't have too much now. You've got to keep your wits about you for tonight."
Just a little bit. I just need to take a nap.
He says, "Actually, that's not a bad idea. Resting up during the day is a good thing, because we're probably going to have to be moving during the night time."
Okay. So, anything else anybody wants to do before we like fast forward a bit to bath time?
I can't think of anything. If Ishmael gives us some kind of notice that bath time is getting close, then I guess I would ritual cast comprehend languages beforehand, just in case.
Okay.
So that I can catch words if I need to. Strangely, none of us can speak Abyssal. One second while I switch to Central Europe.
I mean, he doesn't...
Go ahead.
He doesn't really give you any notice, to be honest.
But they just start getting up and going?
Yeah.
Crap. Okay, then I won't ritual cast it. I won't even cast it.
Okay. So... all the ladies kind of make their way out of the room.
Boop, 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 boop.
And
are they going through the jail or the iron bars? Like this way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you hear the portcullis kind of rumble up.
Okay.
Into the open position, and then yep, they all make their way out, and you can hear lots of like that kind of slithering of the Yuan-Ti that you've seen, who have like the lower half of their body is snake.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear lots of that going on kind of out here somewhere.
Okay. And I'm guessing Ishmael is going with them?
No, he is not.
Aren't you supposed to maintain the disguise and go with?
He kind of, you hear him talking, and then,
okay.
There's kind of footsteps away, and then he kind of comes back over and draws the curtain back.
Hi.
And he says, if you want to go look at it, now is your chance.
Will you be keeping an eye out then?
He says, yes, generally. And he kind of like positions himself lounging on some cushions right about here.
Right. Tobias?
He's got this very Fabio look about him, in a Yuan-Ti kind of way.
Shall
we have a go then?
Yeah.
Okay, so, let me just do this.
Do y'all want us to go with you, say?
No,
We all need to go.
yeah, I think you guys rest up here, and I'll go with Tobias just so I can give him some encouragement.
Encouragement. I'm just gonna make it stealthy for good measure. No, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
Ulfgar tries to be stealthy on the way over.
Right. So, you see there is, it's a raised, faintly glowing stone disc with a serpentine glyph carved into the top of it. Yeah, so there it is.
Do you think you can make it work?
No clue.
So, So you can, to try and figure out how it works, right? You can use a bit of detect magic, a bit of arcana skill. If you want to work together, you can. Whoever makes the skill check can have advantage.
I'm not so good with the magical knowledge, but I'm able to donate my detect magic skills if it'll help any.
Okay. So you give oh, hang on. Let me look at something quick. Okay. All right.
There we go.
All right. So you look at it for a while, and you think. I mean, you can kind of figure out like maybe 75% of it, but not quite. Like you're not confident that you could 100% get this thing to work like first try.
What do we missing?
So are you doing detect magic, Ulfgar?
I am. Yep.
Okay. So you concentrate on it, and it does radiate an aura of conjuration magic.
Mm-hmm. I share with him any details that I can manage from it. I'll focus in on it and all that stuff.
Okay. All right. So I would say based on Ulfgar's sharing, if you want to make the check again with advantage, then maybe you can figure out the last bits of it. So another Arcana check. Oh,
Hey!
yes. You think you can get this thing to work.
So basically, Ulfgar
figured out,
says it's a conjuration one that uses 2 glyphs and a verbal component that sounds something like teleport. And you're like, I've got it.
Yeah, you're able to figure it out.
And you tell me that dice aren't rigged.
You just needed that extra nudge.
So you do feel like there's still, while you figured out how to make it work, you still feel like there's a chance that it could fail. So you think that you'd have to do, like out of game, you'd have to do one more skill check, but now you figured it out, the DC for that would be reduced. So not as hard as it would have been.
Okay.
So when you want to use it, you'll just need to make an Arcana skill check to see if, just to make sure you get it right, so with a low DC.
We end up teleporting into the middle of like this giant ceremony, midnight worship ceremony. Teleport into the big sacrifice area. They all just kill us.
The thing that you do notice about it, though, while you're figuring out how to use it, is that you think you'll have to kind of, when you're using it, when you're like activating the spell, that you'll have to concentrate on your destination.
Right.
What happened if I don't?
Then the spell would not know where to send you, so would send you somewhere randomly.
So what you're saying is we've got to know where we need to go first?
You have to have your destination in mind in order to make sure you get to that one.
So like if I think of Raznasi's bedchamber.
Do I see the runes or any carvings that are in the circle that kind of identifying it?
You mean like in comparison to others, you mean? So like this is the one in the harem kind of? Actually, no, you don't.
Would he be able to activate that and teleport all of us? Like it's active for a short time and we all just go through a portal?
Let me check. I think so. If not, you could like Tobias could activate it while somebody else was standing on it.
Oh, so he'd have to just activate it over and over again for each person?
One moment. Let me have a look.
So, just remember, think of where you want to go, not thinking of, like, that would be a bad choice. Don't think of those things. That would be bad. Ulfgar's being his best at being annoying at this point. I don't want to end up splinched.
Actually, maybe it does have a specific string of magical runes that is looking at teleportation circle spell. It does say that it has a string of magical runes that are arranged in a particular pattern for this location.
Do I recognize those runes?
Yes, you do recognize the runes for this location. Yeah. Additional spell sequence. You mean like what language they're in, or?
Yeah, what language they're in?
I mean, they're just in they're arcane runes, so like they're the same kind of language that you have spells written in on scrolls, like they're
they are in like lock combination, or they make a specific word.
They are in.
It's a start.
They make like a specific word. Yeah.
Okay, and this word is
teleport.
No, it's more like it's specific to harem. So it would just be like the arcane equivalent of harem, basically.
Okay.
So like if you translated it to common, it says harem. Nothing fancy.
Okay, so I just have to write how bedroom would be.
And so as far as like if you have to like cast it over and over again or activate it over and over again, you can activate it, and as many people who can get through in 6 seconds can get through. Right, it's like it basically remains open until the end of your turn.
So we all just line up, and Valia just pushes us really fast. We'll just pile through on top of Rasmussen's bed. It's got a little nightcap on.
You look up, there's a mirror on the ceiling.
Oh boy. Right, are we good then? Shall we head back? Have you got it figured out?
Looks like it.
Right, let's go. I don't feel safe out here.
Boink.
Okay. So you all head back, you both head back, and about like half an hour later, all the ladies kind of file back in. Handful of them take up residence. There's like the big hookah pipe in this room here, so they're just hanging out.
I'm just waiting for Rasmussen to suddenly decide to take a harem visit today.
Surprise! Hey, when the mood takes you, All right, there we go.
So
now we wait.
Tobias has it perfectly memorized. Flawless activity. We're in. We're through. He can tell us around the entire complex without any issue. Well, any place there is a circle. well, anywhere there's a teleportation circle. All right, well, anywhere that there's a teleportation circle that he might know the location of. And, all right, anywhere that there's a teleportation circle that he might know the location of, and the runes.
Are you done?
And the yes.
All right. So one thing you do, is anybody doing anything for the next like 4 or 5 hours while you wait for?
Might nap a bit. Try and stay quiet and sleep.
I mean, it's pretty cramped in this cupboard that you're hiding out.
I agree. Prestidigitation away any waste. Hey, we're stuck in a small room with no bathroom for an entire 24 hours. What do you want?
Lovely. So, let's
You're
see.
welcome.
So at some point during the next 4 or 5 hours, maybe like an hour and a half after all the ladies come back in, you do hear kind of echoing through the halls, a woman screaming out.
Oh.
And that goes on for probably about like 10-15 minutes.
Ulfgar would start thinking, so the bodyguard isn't ever going to go into Rosnasi's bedroom, right? So maybe we should have all just teleported when we had the chance and gone then and just waited for him to come back. And
That's kind of where I was going with my question.
oh crap. Ulfgar's like, well, you should have spoken up, lass. Oh crap. I feel terrible now.
And then, about 10 minutes later, it goes quiet.
Gonna find out Zegmira's like barbecue squeeze wrung out for all the blood. The fountain needs a refill.
So can we go now?
We're not supposed to raise the alarm yet. I guess the idea was originally supposed to be that we do it at nighttime when everybody's asleep, so that we have an easier way of getting out. I guess.
Do you remember what happened the last nighttime we were here? I don't want to be here for that again.
No.
We are exactly waiting for it.
Yes. We're going to pile into the other room once the... Oh crap. Ishmael, are you going to be able to get the girls out of that room back there so we can get into there?
He says, you may just have to,
I've got it under cover. Don't worry about it. We're
talk
set.
to them.
Will they be sleeping, like, most likely?
He says, who knows?
Well, I've got it under cover. Don't worry about it.
He says...
I just whisper, I was like, hey, I'm just curious. Do you partake in all this craziness too? Is that why you haven't left?
He says, I haven't left because my job here was not done.
Perks of the job.
Zegmira must have been paying you a pretty penny, or holding hostage somebody very precious to you. Hopefully it was the prior. Because the second one was supposed to be a joke and it was really bad. I'm sorry. That was bad taste.
He says, just, I'm not, he says, but don't forget, if you're planning on traveling there at night, he says at some point, Sekalok is going to visit Nima, so,
And that's...
you might want to plan around that?
That's the plan.
That's the plan. We try to subdue him.
Wait, what? We're just going to go and avoid him altogether. I thought the idea was that we just listen for his approach and then we teleport away right then. Yes. No, because otherwise we could just do. What's the point of trying to avoid him if we're going to confront him? He'll be busy getting nookie. It's fine.
Didn't we wanted to like avoid Raznasi and take on his champion on our side?
His champions will be happy once Raznasi's gone, and we're just trying to avoid him altogether. He'll be in bed getting some nookie. We'll off Raznasi if all goes well. If he doesn't just touch and kill one of us. But yeah, we should be good.
I just like shake my head. I'm like, you're making this plan sound like, oh, we're just gonna go in, slit his throat, be done. He's a freaking necromancer.
Well, I don't know the exact details of the battle.
Can you imagine what other things are gonna come out? Remember the corpse puking dinosaur that we happened to fight? You did get eaten by a giant frog at one point.
Right. Yep. Thanks. That's good memories.
It was pretty slimy. I had to cut its stomach,
And your point?
And
Didn't
Ishmael
somebody
was
get eaten by the dinosaur too?
Yep.
wasn't it Artis?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ishmael will say, Sekalok, how are you planning to turn him against Raznasi? He says he's his trusted bodyguard.
We're not. We're just going to avoid him. That was the plan.
Would you say they're not very fond of each other?
That's Phantaza. Phantaza has no confidence in Raznasi's leadership.
Well, the bodyguard...
Or very little confidence in his leadership these days.
I think the point that was made was that the bodyguard won't mind if Raznasi suddenly goes off missing, because then he gets to be with his girlfriend. But if put to being seen by the rest of the populace, he's got to hold up his job, which is to protect Raznasi. So therefore, we're giving him the perfect excuse to not be there by making sure he's not there.
I was shaking my head. I said, this isn't gonna work. Just let me kill the champion.
No, we need all of our strength to take on the necromancer. Not a necromancer and a bodyguard and the rest of the harem girls and wake up the rest of the city in the process. We need to do that at Raznasi so we can teleport him.
So wait, hang on. So the plan is to teleport to Raznasi's bedchamber while he's sleeping and while Sekalok is here?
Yes.
I just...
Really bad plan.
Why?
We should have gone while he was in the religious...
First of all, we need to subdue the... What is his name? Sekalok?
Sekalok? Yeah.
Sekalok.
It's in the quest log, just in case.
Yeah. When he comes here, Ishmael, he's unarmed when he comes here?
He says, well, hang on one second. Let me look at what he's got, because he might have something that he says, well, he does, his favourite greatsword he takes with him everywhere.
Yeah,
he says, but he wouldn't have his short bow.
So creepy.
No. I think you're all getting the idea wrong here. We're not going to wait for him to arrive
Sometimes
and then
he leaves
teleport.
his boots on as well.
We're not waiting for him to arrive and then teleport. We're listening for his approach and teleporting then, so that we know he's coming in here.
I try not to listen to anything in here. I don't want to listen to nothing in here.
We're not. We'll be gone.
We will have an element of surprise on him. We can just
See?
poison him and be all over with.
Did you forget
See?
that there's like a half dozen other like haremets in here?
We have a back.
Is that their new name?
And then we're supposed to get the surprise on Rosna. See, not his bodyguard.
I love that. Okay, I love that Ulfgar and Vallen are almost equally embarrassed by this situation.
It makes it easier.
Oh boy, sorry.
Well flushed.
Oh man, I asked the guy. I'm like, hey, girls to the harem. I mean, do they?
The
they have use
haremets?
for gold? Yeah, the ladies. Do they have use for gold? I can't.
He says, I think that most of them would have a difficult time imagining life outside this temple. He says some of them have been here since they were very young. Parts of the harem since they were very young.
I just like this whole story gets worse and worse.
He says,
I looked at the bag of holding. I'm like, well, this won't work.
We can. Ulfgar will be able to sound from the room, so there will be no indication that we are fighting with. What is his name again? Sakal?
Second luck.
Second look.
it's like Sephiroth, but not.
Great. He had a great sword too.
I mean, it's almost like.
All right, which one of us is Aerith? Not it. I'll be Garrett.
Hang on one sec.
I say I'm all for the surprise attack. As much as I don't want to be bursting in on anybody's personal time, but I'm all for the surprise attack.
He says, Tobias, you remember though that part of the activation of the teleportation circle is a spoken, like, you have to speak an incantation to activate it. So if Ulfgar silences the room,
I can silence the whole room, but that small area. So if the girls scream out because they see us, or some other nonsense like that, or at the very least, they're sleeping, it masks our approach, and all they hear is a quick word. They wake up to a poof, and we're gone. That's the plan. That I've got, at least. If you have an objection, best to get it out now. We missed the lunch break.
I don't know. My opinion is I think we kill the bodyguard because we're going to end up having to deal with him anyway. I almost guarantee we're going to have to deal with him anyway.
And I'm sure that at some point we will be taking on Razasi. He might show up.
Yeah. So we should just cut it off earlier, save ourselves some trouble.
We're all daft. You're all itching for a fight. We've already got one.
I look at Tobias and I just shrug my shoulders. I was like, we're gonna get caught by that guy one way or another.
True.
I mean, Tobias has a point. We should just start here. We're already gonna have a hard enough time with Rosnasi as it is. I you know.
And how do you explain that the haremets here? They're going to potentially be screaming their heads off.
So I just have to get rid of them too.
You're going to silence the room.
And we're going to leave one specific one alive then. And Ulfgar looks at Ishmael and says, yeah, that won't leave this one in a guilty position, no.
We can tie him up.
But we don't tie up the others. You see the point.
We can wound him. I mean, no offense. You know, whisper him like, no offense, buddy, but we can wound him to make it look like we attacked him so he doesn't get.
I don't see why we need to approach a second battle.
We're running out of time. Really
What are you talking
fast.
about? We've got 6 hours to go.
I just shake my head. So as far as planning, this is all we've done is talk. I'm tired of talking. Let's go.
I know. If I keep it up, I'll wear you down.
You know, put me to sleep when it's time to go.
So your opinion is that the bodyguard is going to end up busting into Raznasi's secret bedroom that he's not allowed in while we're fighting Raznasi.
Yes. Doesn't matter if he's his bodyguard. He hears commotion, he's gonna come in, regardless whether he's supposed to be there or not. That's
You're a commotion.
I am a commotion. And I just like raised my fist in the air.
Can we? Maybe we should resolve this by persuasion check.
Claw, paper, scissors.
Claw, paper, scissors. I choose scissors. Hey.
We might go and do it as a persuasion check against each other. That would be the most efficient way to resolve this.
I don't understand why you want to fight two battles, though. Why?
It's either two separate ones or one giant one that we're probably gonna lose faster.
Yeah.
I don't see how. If it's a secret passage, secret bedroom that he doesn't let others in on, why would anybody approach even if there is a commotion?
You don't get how bodyguards work. I get that. You and your father and your grandfather and your grandfather's father fighting bears. It's different.
It wasn't
His
bears,
job
they were
is-
giants.
Oh, now they're giants.
They always were giants.
They were giant bears.
We rode
Giant
bears.
I-
gets really flushed.
You're awfully small, so anything's giant to you.
Oh, damn it.
Everything's going so well. Wait, who's
There you go.
persuading who for what? What are you trying to
I'm trying to persuade myself to continue on this course.
Oh boy.
In the meantime, Callisto's just been watching them, shaking her head, thinking more.
Getting smashed.
I feel like this is a good
Good,
a
what?
good solution to this problem.
Getting smashed.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Alright, so what you're saying is instead we wait for the bodyguard to come in here and we attack him. Potentially take him out, and then we try and get through to teleport to Raznasi.
Yeah.
And we get in there, let's say it works. Possibility of Raznasi being roused and alerted to our presence down below.
If we will do this very swift, there will be no signs of a battle. Battle, not a battle.
And besides, who's to say this teleportation thing is gonna actually work and send us where we actually need to?
Well, I think then at that point we'd have our choice made for us and we would choose to attack the bodyguard at that point now, wouldn't we?
Yes, finally you get it right.
Well, I mean, we have no choice then.
Well, how many people where this bodyguard is currently stationed? Does he know like how many people are there? Like, is he in a big room? Like, we don't know where this thing's gonna take us. It could take us right in the middle of like the guard's room where everybody is and sleeping.
Ulfgar looks over at Tobias and says, "Don't you dare start thinking of the guard's room when you start casting that spell, mister." Because that's bad, and I told you not to think of bad places.
So do we
So,
want to just put this up for a vote?
right, kill the bodyguard. First, raise your hand, say aye.
What's the alternative?
The alternative, the other is instead we teleport away as he approaches to attack Rasnasi.
I.
Wait, I for which?
Choice.
Are you saying I for both?
I just grabbed Callisto's jug from her for a minute. I was like, focus! Flippy's tapping and like raising his wing just like for everything.
Looks like it's 2 against 2.
I don't know who's on what side for what. I missed it.
Oh, brother. Well, Ishmael says, I cannot hide you here, for forever. He says, well, you may want to hang out till tonight. He says, sooner or later, these ladies are going to discover you, and while some of them I've bought their silence, not all of them can be so easily persuaded.
Okay, so we have to act quick. So we are taking a bodyguard.
So what? I missed what you said.
We are going to take on bodyguard.
Arokh shall die tonight.
It's the same time.
In like 4 hours.
If you're gonna get me out of this room, I'll go with killing the bodyguard because I just want to get out of this room.
All right, fine, whatever. I'm just letting you know, if you all die, I'm not resurrecting you. Because I can't do it in the first place. But we also have the curse, and I can't do it if I could. You're daft. Ulfgar really gets in a huff. And then just kind of sits there with his arms folded. And he like kind of gets this really grump look, and he just kind of like sits there like he's a frustrated 4-year-old in the corner with a dunce cap or something. He's kind of sitting there like that.
Callisto looks at the other two and says, "This is a horrible idea. Get me out of this room."
Aelia casts calm emotions on Ulfgar.
He resists.
Oh, you can certainly try.
That's a big area.
We can't handle being in this closet any longer with each other because we're gonna kill Ulfgar if we have to stay here longer.
All right, what is the resistance?
It's a charisma.
Charisma save.
Okay.
He just kind of puts his hand up and goes, enough with that crap. I'll wait for it. Whatever you want, we'll do it. I don't have to like the idea.
Aelia says, did you just call my spell crap? Dwarf.
Don't try to influence my feelings. Half horse.
She kind of rotates so her butt is like in your face. She kind of slowly rotates.
She doesn't have to rotate far because it kind of already
was. Not a lot of space in here.
Okay, anything else? What would you like to do?
Yeah. He was suggesting to cast silence, though, but if that's going to be a problem, then he won't.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
What, the silence spell or not to?
Yeah, silence spell.
Okay.
Okay, so just so that I'm clear, we've been around quite a few times now. So the plan is to wait for Spacial to visit Nima tonight, and then you're basically gonna kill him, murder.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
I'll cast a silence spell in the middle of the, what is that, a fountain in the middle?
It is a little fountain, yeah.
Cast it there so that it comes up to the edge of the circle, but not overlapping it.
Okay. All right.
Actually, it would pretty much cover. Yeah, it'd pretty much cover everything in here, going up to there. Even it would not cover this square or the gates themselves. So if somebody runs to the gates, they could yell out, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alrighty. Anybody want to do anything else while you wait for Sekalok?
I guess Ulfgar would ask Ishmael if the Haremettes, included, use the teleportation circle.
He says, no, the only person to use the teleportation circle is Rasnasi.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, fast forward 4 hours, and well, maybe 5. You're not sure. There's no daylight. A bunch of time passes. You're about to tear your hair out from being in this closet too long. Ishmael is about to punch you all because, yeah, he's tired of hiding you.
We're tired of being hidden.
You hear footsteps approaching. Well, actually, let's just say, partway through that span of time, food is delivered. So the Haremettes are taking their dinner, they're drinking wine, they're eating. There is some fruit there, and Ishmael kind of like hands you fruit like under the curtain. Like, so he hands you some kind of citrusy fruits and some bits and pieces like that. None of them look like the monkey hand dealio. But
no dancing fruit.
No dancing monkey fruits. But then they're all eating, having a merry time, blah blah blah. So a few hours later after that, you hear kind of there's some gentle snoring from some of the women, and then you hear the familiar sound of the portcullis at the end of the corridor raising. And you hear kind of bold footsteps through the room, or starting to head like down the corridor, you know. And you also hear the portcullis dropping again.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Anybody want to do anything?
Ulfgar is looking at the rest of them, waiting for them to like give him the heads up on if they're waiting until they're engaged or
Rude.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Now? He uses message so that it stays quiet to Nerevar, or to Tobias. Says, when they're engaged, or just when his back's turned?
I think when his back's turned will be turned.
Okay. And Ulfgar peers out to see if he can see. Very carefully.
So you kind of like
stealthily,
move the curtain aside.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
Okay, so you see, hang on 1 second, what is... you see a very muscular man. You'd think he was human, except he has snake eyes. But he's very muscular. He's wearing, what is he wearing? What are you wearing, Sekalok? He actually is not wearing any armor, but he does have kind of like this kind of sash, like almost draped over his shoulders, and around his waist he does have a belt with a greatsword attached, and he has fancy boots on.
We might wait until he will drop his greatsword.
And he does have these kind of poofy pants on as well. So
Ulfgar uses message to talk to Kellisto.
Okay.
Would you be able to transform into something and nab that greatsword when he drops it?
Or would you like me to try to charm him?
I'd like to know this before I cast the silence spell.
Did you already cast silence?
Not yet. I'm using a message to talk back and forth to you right now so that we're staying quiet.
Let me try it.
Wait for him to drop the sword then, please.
I wait for him. Oh, he's still holding the sword, right?
He's got it on his
He's not holding
side.
it. It's just like in its sheath on his belt. You know. He's got this kind of heavy leather belt that it's attached to.
Well, I'm gonna try to. So you want me to wait?
Until he takes the sword off.
Okay, well then I will just wait and watch him. As long as he remains within 30 feet of me.
It's fine.
So peering around the curtain, whoever's doing this, and actually if there's okay, so you see Nima kind of pulls the curtain aside on the cupboard, on the little kind of room opposite. She pulls the curtain aside and is standing there with a very kind of come hither look on her face. She's got like one hand on her hip, and she's kind of like got a bit of a smirk on her face, and he just strides straight for her.
Are there other snake people in the room right now?
Snake people in the room, right?
The other haremettes here?
Yeah, they're all still here.
Okay. Sleeping or acting like they are, perhaps?
Yeah, they're not really sleeping. There's, several of them are kind of lounging on cushions as Sekalok kind of strides through the area. So he strides up to here, and, some of the other, haremettes are booted out of this room, and Nima kind of beckons him to enter this area. So
Ulfgar's like, no,
see him disappear behind the curtain.
Well, I did it right before he went behind the curtain. So I have to see him.
Okay. So right as he's kind of stepping through. All
I
right.
cast it at second.
Okay.
Once she's done casting that, Ulfgar will intend to cast
you
silence.
You can target one additional creature for each. So who's your additional? So
the woman he's with.
Okay, so Nima and all right. So wisdom saving throw for Sekalok.
If things look like anything's going bad whatsoever, silence will be released.
So what is your DC?
32.
How do I look that up?
It's on your spell sheet. So if you click on spells...
the spell save DC?
Yes.
16.
Okay. So he fails, but Nima does not fail. Do I have a thing for Nima? I don't think I have a thing for Nima.
I don't know if I can tell if she made a save or not, so unless something goes awry...
Okay, so you attempt to charm... If it fails, saving throw is charmed by you until the spell ends. Charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. Okay. Alright.
That means that we should be able to move forward and he won't do anything.
You could certainly... he would regard you as a friendly acquaintance.
So, okay, I didn't really think this through that well. I was just trying to I could go ask him for a sword. I'll go do that.
Just have him bring it to us.
Well, no, because I have to shout across. It might be easier just to walk.
Yeah, be careful in case the other one's not charmed.
Yeah.
I'm still holding on to that silence unless somebody says or does otherwise.
Okay.
any of them look like they're panicking or about to scream or something. Ulfgar is just constantly like darting eyes from person to person.
All right, so
yeah, you want to describe what you're doing?
no.
Hey, big boy, is that a great sword you got in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Well, I was trying to decide whether to pass without a trace as well, so then I could just kind of sneak over there. What I could do is pass without a trace, and we could just go into the portal.
Are you saying all this right now after you just charmed him?
I am.
So hang on a sec, because pass without a trace doesn't grant invisibility, right? It
That's
just
true.
so.
Oh, well, it can. Sort of.
Well, I don't think it'll work in this instance with a room full of people
Well,
that are going to see us.
anyway,
Anyway,
I'll just turn back to them and say, hey, I just charmed him, so he's friendly, and I'll do that with air quotes. So if you guys want to go over there now is the time to do it. He's not going to fight back right away.
he's friendly to you.
Yes.
And you hear from the room across the way the kind of there's voices kind of talking backwards and forwards, and there is some kind of giggling going on as well, laughter, so general
says,
kind of conversation.
If you're going to get his sword away from him, then go for it. Otherwise...
Yeah, I'm just going to walk across.
Okay.
I'm just going to walk right behind her because, this is 16 minutes.
Okay. All right. So you stride across, and the haremets are all like, they're like, what? And Ishmael is like, oh, he starts talking to them in Abyssal, and like he's kind of like trying to. It sounds like he's talking in a very kind of persuasive manner, like he's kind of talking about like gesturing at you and kind of making like it's a very conciliatory kind of tone, right? So
I just wink at him. Hey, I just like point finger at him. Hey, how you doing?
Hey. And some of these ladies in here are kind of like sticking their head out, like what's going on. Okay, so that's kind of what they're up to. And what do you do next? So you're standing in front of the curtain.
Pull the curtain back and say his name.
Okay. And
he should regard me as a friend.
So they're kind of lounging right now. The Sekilok and Nima are lounging back on cushions together. He's got like an arm propped up, and he's feeding her fruit, and they've got like she's got a glass of wine in her hand and gentle light, and it's about to kick off in harem land. So
gross.
Ulfgar messages to you. Maybe we should just leave him here and take his sword with us.
Well, I'm gonna go in there and ask for it.
So when you say his name, he turns to you, and there's kind of a slight look of confusion, but in kind of a slightly friendly way.
Confused friend.
Yeah, he's like,
hey, I thought you were gonna bring me a beer.
Yeah, like, friend, I'm just confused to see you.
I point to his sword and I indicate with hand gestures that I would like it.
He says something in Abyssal to you. Oh, where are you? Abyssal.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I'm like, I don't speak Abyssal. I just look at the I motion like I can't talk.
So Nima, on the other hand, looks at you with there's like this stony look on her face, like she's kind of glaring at you. So you're motioning like
yes, and I point to the sword and I ask for it again.
Ulfgar uses message to you and says, just say now, and I will silence. I can't see what you're doing.
Now.
Silence.
You can't talk to him anyway.
So it was a
So he, meanwhile, Sekalok has turned to Nima and tries to say something and immediately stands up and draws his sword.
what? Why? It's quiet.
And he kind of Kellisto, he kind of like goes to push you out of the way. Like he's got a hand on your shoulder and he's going to just kind of push past you.
I put my hand on his shoulder and like kind of try to like stay there and like pat him like it's okay.
And he kind of stops for a moment and is looking at you and looks at Nima, and Nima is like animated like
I'm gonna push close to the side and I'm just gonna hit him with the warhammer.
Okay, so
it was a good try.
And actually I should surprise this
I tried.
is no different than the others. Surprise. So I'm gonna say, Valia, you get a surprise attack on Mr. Sekalok, but that's all. Then we need to roll initiative. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Just a surprise attack. As soon as he got close, I'm gonna push her and him back so I can hit him while he's in the room. Hopefully, to keep them both in here.
Doggone it.
Okay. So that hits, by the way. So
takes 12 points of yummy warhammer damage.
Okay.
You can use Berserk to make him fall prone.
Yeah, I could have used that and made everybody fall prone. I forgot that the warhammer does a 10-foot radius.
Jesus.
Okay. All right. So then let's get turn order going. Okay. So Sekalok. His initiative. 21.
Right. There we go. I've placed up my circle of confusion. Or silence as it is.
Then we're gonna have the rest of the Smurfettes or Haremettes or whatever you're calling them. And so that's
I took my turn when I cast silence. Oh.
Oh, Aelia. Oh, damn it.
Oh my gosh. I don't think we've fully woken up yet.
Should have drank like I did.
Helps you to sleep better.
Alright, we're going to do one more for Ishmael as well. This is going to say you anti-pure blood, but this is because he is in the... Anyway, so that's... Can I just... No, I can't. Okay, fine. Okay. That's really annoying. Alright, anybody else? That's really annoying, actually. Oh, Hang on 1 second. I know what I can do. One moment. Ishmael's gonna disappear for a sec. He'll be right back.
Dwarf. Oh no, that was ancient dwarf, wasn't it?
Oh, except that doesn't really.
Hmm?
Oh, fucking monkeys. Okay. This works.
Glad we at least had some comfy pillows and stuff in our room with us. That was kind of nice.
Okay, there we go. Now let's move them back. There we go. Okay. Descend. Okay, have we got everybody?
I hope so.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Arokh is not summoned yet.
Alright, so he goes first, and just getting smacked by a warhammer, he is going to return. And so he's got his greatsword. I
didn't click on my character when I rolled.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You wanna?
Alright, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Where are you? Oh, okay. Oh, is one Flippy and one you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flippy, mine, and then my second one. I forgot to do 2 initiative rolls now. So I actually got the 18.
You roll it with
7.
advantage, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Can you like roll it one more time with your character clicked so it shows up in the thing, and then I'll change it.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so you go right after him. Do you want Flippy just to go on your turn? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Alright, so Arokh is going to smack with his greatsword. So he gets 3 attacks. Hold on to your butts. There's 1.
Could be through the portal by now.
There's 2. And there's 3.
That's a nat 20. That's good.
Wait, hang on.
Oh, crap.
More than half. Okay. So hang on, let me read this. So he gets that first chunk of slashing damage plus another chunk of slashing damage when he has a specific threshold of hit points left. So he does get the 2 chunks at the moment, and I'll let you know when it does not become the 2 chunks.
Eh?
So he does get, so see how his damage says, like for the first one it says 14 slashing plus 10 slashing?
Yes.
Okay, so he does get both of those.
So he did 24.
While he's a healthy dude.
Okay.
When he's not healthy, he only gets the first chunk.
Okay.
And I'll let you know when he gets when he gets unhealthy enough to drop.
That's a reason why he's the bodyguard.
Alright, so that's his turn. Valia.
That I'm still doing damage, but I'll do that in a second. That hurt a lot. I'm gonna have to be healed. I'm gonna rage and just start wailing into him at this point.
Okay. Yeah, he's owie dude. That hits.
You kidding?
Oh, good.
You need that extra slash.
My let's see. My next one, instead of my Warhammer, I'm gonna use my Hungry Jaws to give me my temporary hit point.
Ah, yeah. Sounds good. That hits as well. Okay.
There you go. And that's all because I don't get my bonus because I raged.
Okay. Alright. He is he's had a bite taken.
Oh, you hit harder than I thought.
Alright, Kellisto.
I'm going to hit him with my Wand of Paralysis.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
You had it all along.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if I can. It says requires attunement by a spellcaster. Does that mean I can't use?
Well, you're a spellcaster.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Yeah, and you've had it for a long time, so I would assume.
Yep.
That
So
was
you
one
can
of
use
your
it.
attuned items.
All right. So here is.
She's been using it to make sure that people stay asleep so far.
Yeah, I've been holding on to it just in case because it only has so many charges.
Okay.
So you have to do a DC. He has to do a DC 15 Constitution.
Okay. Here he goes.
Oh, one! He's permanently paralyzed for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Which is very short now.
Wispy blue streak circles towards him and zaps him. And you see this blue kind of aura just spread over his whole body as like he's gearing up for another swing, and he just comes to a stop like mid-swing, like Yep, can't move. The end of each of the target's turns, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the... Okay. So he gets another go at the end of his turn.
Yeah, I didn't actually mean to click the wand of paralysis twice.
Okay.
I was looking at it. I was adding it to something.
Yeah, no worries. So these ladies are all like... and they like start just running in this room. You know? They're just kind of running like away from you, you know. So they're just running, basically. Nima backs up and is kind of cowering in the corner.
And I'm hurt bad.
Okay. Ishmael,
Oh, Flippy was supposed to go on my turn. He's just gonna kind of run up here, and he's just gonna dance. He's just gonna tippy tap and like walk and try to keep attention. That's all he's doing.
okay. Ishmael goes and stands like over here, and he's kind of like looking over his shoulder. He's trying to like look nonchalant, like, oh, there's nothing going on, no, nothing at all, you know. He's trying to look nonchalant, but trying to keep an eye on like the room behind him. So that's what he's doing. Aelia is going to bust a move over here and see what's going on. She sees what kind of shape Valia is in and hits her with some healing.
There's silence going on.
Oh, yes, there is. So she can't hit you with healing. Oh, because that has a verbal component.
Oh, it does?
You know what? Is that... Can the... wait, it's 60 feet, though. Okay. So...
My circle is 20 foot centered on the...
Yeah.
Actually, it's like 5 foot less than...
Do you have to be able to see the person?
What is she
Creature
casting?
of your choice that you can see. Healing word. Yeah.
Yeah, it's verbal. And she has to see.
Yeah, she has to see.
Does she have maybe a healing touch?
Doesn't say it, but I mean, she would like... Yeah, she would be able to dump... Hang on. Let's look at Cure Wounds. As a cleric, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you have to touch them for cure wounds. I do with my paladin.
Let's see, though, if it's... Yeah, that requires a verbal component. Okay, so she can't do cure wounds or healing word. Does she have any... Nope, she doesn't have any healing potions on her either.
Yeah, I don't think she's with us when we got those that last time.
Yeah. Okay, so after figuring out there's not much she can do there to heal you, she is now looking down her spell list to see what isn't verbal. And the answer is nothing. So instead, she's going to take her spear because she has reach, and she is going to stab.
She gets advantage to hit because he's paralyzed.
Maybe she should take his greatsword.
Yeah, really.
I don't think she can get that far, right? I mean, okay. He's like in the room, and he's paralyzed. But anyway, she hits him. She does 8 damage. Okay, so 2-handed spear to the belly.
Oh yeah, his AC is gonna be low right now. He doesn't have any armor.
Now you get advantage to hit, and if you're within 5 feet, your hits are critical hits.
I'm raging on top of that. It's a melee.
Oh, her hits are critical? Okay, thank you for
If
looking
you're
at
within
that.
5 feet.
Oh, she is within 5 feet.
Oh, sorry. I saw she was 10 feet away before.
Yeah.
Are we seriously going to maul him to death?
It's that or he mauls us to
An
death.
NPC is not gonna, I mean, that's up to you guys. But he does take a bit more damage. What they did. Okay, so then the 8. Okay. Alright. Nima is cowering in the corner. All right, Tobias.
Okay. First of all, as a bonus action, I'm going to pour some carrion venom on the chatter.
Okay. Okay.
Jeez.
Hey, I have two vials. And I'm going to rush forward, and seeing that he's incapacitated, I'm going to try to grab his greatsword. I'm just gonna squeeze next to Valia.
Okay, so it's in his hands right now, which are paralyzed. So it's gonna, well, I would say actually you can't do both, right? You can't like poison your blade and try to like peel his fingers back away from his blade to get it out of his hands, because he's got like I said, he's kind of like, this is where he's paused, like he's got the two hands on the sword.
I know that Deathman grabs.
and he's paralyzed. So.
Yeah, but I think that I should be able to pour poison on my sword as a bonus action. Kind of.
I don't know. Hang on.
Sorry, I don't know the answer to that one.
Yeah. Applying poison. Okay. Hang on, 1 sec. Applying poison takes 1 action. So it takes your action.
Okay, so that will be my action. I'm going to move forward and apply poison on Chatter.
Okay. Alright. Okay, doke. So you have Poison Blade now ready to swing. Okay, doke. Ulfgar.
Ulfgar moves up and tries to attack. He's only going to get a regular attack because I'm sure it would take him his bonus action to draw both weapons.
Okay.
Which he draws them both with equivalent speed as to drawing one because of his feat. But he will attack, which means 2 swings. It's going to be with Bob. Actually, you know what? He would just grab the 1. He would just go with Bob. It's kind of close quarters here. So he's going to 2-handed swing Bob. Twice. 22.
That hits.
It's a crit though, so I get to add in an extra 1d10 because of the ability. So that's 4. So his second attack, dear God.
Okay.
Is that like the worst he could possibly do?
Yeah,
oh,
that does not hit. Even with, because you're next to Valia, right? But even with, even with her giving you advantage, it does not.
Yeah, double advantage.
No.
All right. So it's a difficult corner to work around.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so he spends his time making another, trying to break this paralysis. Oh, and he succeeds. Okay, but that's his turn. Valia.
I'm just like, you're such a jerk. I am going to...
He's like, I'm the jerk. I was
just trying to get my groove on, and y'all
exactly.
That's illegal groove he was trying to get on. Thank you very
much. Wait, do you have advantage for any reason?
No, I can't give advantage to myself, I don't think. Pretty sure.
Then that misses.
Oh, come on, Valia.
Want to bite him? Okay. That hits. Okay.
Jeez.
Alright, so. Alright.
So glad he couldn't hit me this round.
Alright, Kellisto.
So an evocation is something you have to speak out, right?
It will say, like, in your spell sheet, it should say, like, a little, like, when you're on your spells tab, it'll say, like, a little V or an S or an M or all three or combination. So if it says a V, that means the spell has a verbal component.
Okay, got it.
If you're unsure, I can look it up for you real quick. I've got
The
my
S
spell
is like a hand movement, so you couldn't do that if you had your hands tied up, and then M is material components.
Why is everything voice?
Because Ulfgar casts silence.
This is the strength of the silence spell. Ulfgar has one spell he can cast. He can shape water.
The downfall of being magic user.
You can choke
Sorry.
him to death. With wine.
Double check.
You could try like plastering yourself against that back corner and then trying to cast something back there. Because
Yeah.
actually my spell circle is actually a little bit off because it's a 20-foot radius and I did a 25-foot
Oh,
radius.
okay. So there is
So
a
I
tiny corner back there.
Yeah. So
Back here.
Yep. There's a tiny
GM,
corner
would
back
that count?
Sure.
Now, can I
She's
speak
like,
it
whatever.
and then do the touch, or do I have to do it at the same time?
You can charge a spell if you want, if that helps. Like you can prepare it and then release it when you're ready to. That's what Ulfgar had done with the silence spell. He had it ready and he was just going to release it when he got the ready word.
And it's to be honest, it's up to you, right? It's your spell, like.
Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to either do Cure Wounds or Stone Skin for Valia.
Ah, okay.
But I have to touch her in both cases. But I also have to speak the spell.
Oh, that's a good question. This is an interesting
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll use up your bonus action as well, right? Because what you're doing is like leaning back, hoping you're outside of the silence. You find that you are, and then you like prepare the spell, like Vallen was just describing. Then you move forward and bleh.
Okay.
Bleh.
Then I will do that. I will do the Cure Wound on Valia.
Okay.
And I did the level 2. So it increases 1 by 1d8.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
that's
like 2d8.
2d8.
Yeah. Plus your spell casting ability modifier. So like, what did Druids cast with? Is it Wisdom?
Yes.
So your
Yes.
your Wisdom bonus.
Is that the 5?
1 sec. Let's have a look.
Is it the big number on the side?
Yeah. Yep. 5. Wow, you have a 20 Wisdom. Wow. Impressive.
She's smart, wise, and likes to drink. This is the party she's with.
You guys drive me to drink.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Double 8s.
Yay!
Maximum healing.
When I get that feeling, I want maximum.
Maximum healing.
It also means that other UNT lady can be. All the other ladies can be screaming.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you lean back outside of the silence, that's all you hear is Nima going, ah!
Actually, you're right. Sound is absorbed in that circle. You're right. I forgot. So nobody could really hear her because it's just echoing in that small space. They might be able to hear through the wall, maybe.
It's a rock. I doubt it.
Okay, so these
That's
ladies are
how
kind
thick
of
it
running
is.
around, panicked, right? So like they're all piling in here,
Flippy, eat them.
kind of piling in here.
Flippy would be like nipping at their feet or something because he doesn't know what to do. Another snake people roaming about.
Okay, Ishmael is still kind of trying to keep watch a little bit. Aelia is going to do the double spear attack once more. Double-handed spear attack. Over your shoulder, Valia, and she misses. Hang on, what other... You know, I'll look at that while you're... Nima kind of like looks over at Kellisto, unfortunately, because Kellisto steps away from her. So she looks over at Kellisto, hearing her like actually speak, and decides that actually she's going to she doesn't have a weapon though.
Is Kellisto there, or did she move up one to touch?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh,
She
yeah.
did kind of move up there, didn't she? Okay, Nima's not going to do anything for now. Tobias.
Okay, I'm going to apply some ointment to the Sekilok.
Okay.
Apply
apply some ointment. With the sharp end of... Alright. Even with... Yep, no, that does not hit.
No ointment was applied this day.
Okay.
At this rate, we might all die before he does.
Right, Ulfgar.
Uh,
Is there anything else you want to do, Tobias? Sorry.
you still got
You've definitely got, like, bonus action.
and lots of movement.
Lots of...
Loads.
Even if with +1 I won't be able to scratch him, right?
Even if what?
With +1 to attack.
You just gotta roll good. If you roll high enough, yeah, I mean...
I think you gotta hit like, I think the target's around 18 is what I'm seeing. So if you roll 17 or better, you know, it's better than nothing.
Oh, because I'm looking for my Blade Master feat. Okay, so that's as a reaction.
Okay.
Okay, so that's on my turn. I can use reaction to gain myself +1 AC. Okay, so yeah, that will be all because I don't have every spell have verbal component.
Okay. Then Ulfgar.
So what you're saying is, I've only succeeded in hindering ourselves and stopping everybody else from hearing our death screams. All right, I'm a fan of this. Ulfgar draws the rapier and goes for a triple attack. Using the rapier as the lead. So let's see. Is this the adamantine? It should just have a 19 hit.
19 does hit.
Okay. 8 points of piercing.
Okay.
Second attack with the rapier. 22.
22 does hit.
It's nice having advantage. 10 piercing. And then Bob offhand.
Does not hit.
Okay. And that's it.
Okay. Alright. Then Sekilok goes, and he is going to continue attacking you, Valia, I'm afraid.
No hitting, no hitting.
And he still is a healthy boy.
How's he healthy? We've been beating on him.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
Oh, we've done damage to him.
A little bit.
You have done damage to him, yep, but he's still healthy enough to.
He's
to
probably got
his...
as many hit points as you do.
Oh, I'm raging now, so all this is half, which is gonna help.
Mm-hmm.
Plus proficiency. Yeah.
Okay.
Magic
Right, and your turn.
Strength +1.
Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I'm still.
+0 plus efficiency. Plus
Oh, I missed an ability he had.
+1 for magic.
Okay, never mind.
I am barely alive.
That hits.
Come on, big damage, no whammies.
Okay.
Well, you're hitting.
Yep.
You're doing damage.
Oh God, no.
The last one, not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Ooh.
Okay. Kellisto, you back?
I
yeah.
break out the wand again.
Okay. You did see Nima kind of like, by the way, when you were leaning back, chanting your spell, Nima kind of like looked at you wide-eyed that she could hear you, so, but yeah, go for it.
Well, she could probably hear her own breathing at this point. Sorry.
Listen, you. All right, so he gets Constitution save, right?
Yep.
Oop. He says,
Ah, damn.
that's 2 charges. Okay. Any bonus actions you would like to do?
Can I start another?
Oh, another spell?
Yeah.
Well, the casting of the spell is the action.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna initiate my flame blade.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
done with this.
Okay. All right, cool.
I think we can use assist action.
Assist? What does that do?
You can assist. Basically allows someone to get advantage on a certain kind of roll. I don't know what it is, but it's a help
That's
action.
not in the compendium.
Basically, I would be sacrificing my stuff, my action, to do something else. I can't remember what it is.
The help action? Is that what it is?
I think so.
I think that's distracting our opponent.
Creature gains next ability check.
There you go.
Alternatively, you can aid a friendly creature attacking within 5 feet of you. Your ally's attack is more effective. If your ally attacks before your next turn, then the first attack roll is made at advantage. So, yeah, okay. So, ability checks or, you could give, like, Valia advantage on her first attack roll.
Oh, I'll give her advantage.
Okay. All right. You sure?
I get
No flame blade?
advantage on what?
On your first attack roll.
First attack, sweet.
Okay. All right. So, one of the ladies kind of bolts out of here and is starting to kind of accost Ishmael. Like, she's kind of like trying to push past him, she's like, get out of the way, and he's trying to like grab her hands, and there's like a bit of a like tussle going on over there.
Great.
That's those two. Aelia, crap, I was gonna look at that. Oh, okay. What does lunging attack do? I don't know any of these things. And they're not in the compendium. Okay. I need to look at this before her next attack. Okay, so for now she's doing the two-handed spear, and she's hitting because she has advantage next to Valia, and doing 7 damage to him.
Kill him! Kill him!
Okay. Nima kind of like makes her way over here. And she basically, she doesn't have any weapons, Kellisto, but she kind of like just launches herself at you and is trying to like claw at you. Like she's got like kind of like these longer nails and she's just trying to claw at you. Like you're attacking her bow. She's not happy about that. So she doesn't have any weapons, but she is gonna make an
unarmed attack.
An unarmed attack, and yeah, you kind of
I just push her off me.
fend her off fairly easily. All right, Tobias.
I'm still going to use chatter to do some damage.
Okay.
Poison. 24.
You know what? Aelia would have used help to assist you.
Okay.
But he's got advantage.
Yeah,
Then-
I have advantage, and chatter is poisoned with carrier venom.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So roll the damage, and I will go back to the carrion venom page that I was just looking at. Okay, so he needs to make another con save. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. This dude is just... Okay, so he fails. So he is... Oh, you know what? Nope. He uses... Okay, so he gets to re-roll that. Okay, that's better. I don't suppose you have the... Oh, no, DC 13. Okay. So he kind of... For a moment, it looks like it's going to overcome him, and then he kind of shakes it off and glares at you.
How
But
dare you?
but he does take the damage from it.
How's he looking at this point?
He's not looking so healthy.
Good.
Not such a healthy
Neither am
boy
I.
anymore.
3 more rounds and we might take him.
All right. Anything else you want to do, Tobias?
I cannot use assist.
I don't think you can stack assists. So
No, because I would like to assist Valia.
yeah. Can you imagine that? If everybody was just assisting one person, everything's an advantage. You know what? Everybody else has advantage from Valia, though, so it's kind of like...
And look how crappy we've been rolling. We got 1 good round on him, but he's a hit point sponge.
He's a beefy boy.
We were expecting him to be tough, so.
Yep.
What I could do? Okay, I think that will be all.
Okay. All right, Ulfgar.
Continues attacking with advantage. Rapier, Bob.
That hits. Just.
Yeah. 21.
Also hits.
Actually, let me do the damage for those. I got ahead of myself, sorry.
It's all right.
4 piercing.
Okay.
7 piercing, and then Bob in the offhand. 22.
Also hits.
And the damage on that is 10.
Okay. All right.
You could use Mage Hand to take a
Verbal.
verbal.
Everything's verbal except for shape water for me.
Alright, so at will.
I don't like that.
Okay, so he's going to do his 3 attacks on Valia again. Focus all firepower on that superstar destroyer.
12. Oh, 26. But a lower damage amount. And 20. Ooh, with a higher damage. Ooh.
And then for his bonus action...
Oh, jeez. Fight the bodyguard, they said.
For his bonus action, Valia, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, crap.
I need to see what his DC would be. Okay, I see.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Valia, you there?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mr. Monkey's awake and was talking to me.
Oh, no worries. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Never.
And take all that damage that you got hit on the second 2 set. Assuming you're still up.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what.
At least the first one missed.
18. Oof, I'm barely up. Okay, let me get the wisdom.
Okay. You feel, some magic kind of wash over you, and then you're able to kind of shrug it off. He kind of fixes his gaze on you. He kind of fixes his gaze on you. No, it's at will. Haha. Fixes his gaze on you, and for a moment you're like, and then you're like, no, screw you, dude. Okay. Right, your turn.
Fixing my hit points. I'm down to 5.
50? You're down to 50?
Yeah, yes. 50. Yes.
Right. Yes.
That hits.
Okay, and that was the one you said first attack roll with advantage. I mean, they both hit.
Yeah. That also hits. Okay.
You really need that advantage.
She did the first round she attacked.
Ah, crap, I can't use my hungry jaws again. Ah. Bite claw?
That misses.
Yeah. This guy's got a good armor class for no armor. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
I want that.
Kinds of
That's
natural
good.
armor. Scaly dude.
Yeah, one more hit. I'm a goner.
Okay.
That's all for me.
Kellisto.
Well, now she's in my way, isn't she? Or can I move diagonal and then move back?
You'd have to kind of push her out of the way.
That's okay. I was gonna try to give her more healing, but I think we just need to take this guy out.
Okay.
So I initiate my flame blade.
And that hits. 18 hits. Okay, 10.
Nice.
He's not looking so great.
Yep. Been like that for a few rounds now.
Okay.
He's very resilient.
This Yuanti is still kind of struggling down here with Ishmael, and Nima is going to again try to scratch at you, Kellisto, and she's failing miserably, like the haremet that she is.
I push her over and I just look at her and I'm.
And Aelia she's going to
Tend to the haremets?
she's gonna kind of actually she kind of grabs you by the shoulder, Valia, and kind of pushes you into Tobias. Well, she's going to try. Do you resist?
She wants what?
No, I'll just let her push me because at this point I'm really weak.
Okay. So she kind of pushes you into Tobias, and she steps forward.
Actually, we should attack the what's her name?
Oh, this lady back here?
Yeah, this lady. He wants to mingle with.
Nima is her name.
Nima, yeah, we should maybe start attacking her.
You just got to get through Secalog to do that.
But Aelia is going to. She still can't do that stuff. Oh wait, hang on. +1 to. Okay, when you use a spear, it's damage die. Okay. 1d10. Has she got that in her? Yeah, she does. Okay. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I give like. Alright, so 2-handed spear again to this guy, which hits.
Nice.
And 13 damage to him.
Action surge?
And action surge, yeah. Good call. Which gives her another whole action, right? So she's gonna do it again.
And if she's next to Valia, she would get advantage.
Isn't that when Valia's in combat?
I don't know.
Oh, when I'm raging.
Oh, okay, when you're raging. Then, yep, she gets that. Okay, another 13 damage. Okay. Alright, oh, whoops, Sorry, I forgot Nima had her own turn. Whoops, my bad. Alright, Tobias.
Okay, seeing that Aelia went forward, and he will attempt to mount her if she allows it.
Okay, so you're going to jump on Aelia's back. Sure.
And just again hacking at.
That's right. You have bonuses for being on a mount.
Okay. That hits.
Way to improvise.
And he should do a Constitution saving throw because Shattery is still pointless.
Okay. Where is he? There he is. Con saving. Blip. 13 is the DC. So.
Oh. Damn it.
Sorry. Alright.
Yeah, and that will be my action.
Okay, doke. Ulfgar. He's looking wounded. He's not a healthy boy anymore.
Ulfgar is going to take advantage of being able to move through ally squares.
Okay.
Get next to Valia.
Mm-hmm.
And take advantage of her advantage.
Okay.
In other words, I'm
You're
playing the numbers.
Horribly. No, I think you know that being close to Valia when she's raged.
Yeah, so
It's helpful. Even though it's a little scary being close to her when she's raged.
I don't know why that did that twice. I missed with the first one. Let's see the second one. 19?
That
or,
hits.
well, 21, either one.
Yep, they both hit.
Damage. Maximum damage with the rapier.
Okay, yep.
Bob offhand. 22. And damage 5.
Okay.
And that's all he's got again.
Alright. Secalog, you see him, he takes, as a bonus action, you see him kind of like, he puts his hand to his chest for a second, and you see him concentrate for this moment, and some of the more serious wounds that he had kind of knit back together a little bit.
Oh, this guy's such a jerk.
Yeah, he's a fighter with that bonus action.
And
Skill. Yeah.
and then he sets about attacking Aelia. So he swings his greatsword. He's not healthy anymore, but
Oh yeah, when
oh, he wasn't for the last. And then
I took all that down.
14. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, so she didn't take quite as much damage last time?
Yeah, he. Sorry, I thought I'd said he's not a healthy boy anymore.
Okay.
Okay. So Aelia takes 9 plus 12.
So she taking how much damage?
21.
21.
Yes. Because I'm pretty sure that the nat 1 on the last one misses.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do the extra bonus slashing damage. The slashing damage. Because he's not a healthy boy anymore.
Healthy boy. Aelia collapses to the ground, unconscious.
Actually, I would take some of the damage of.
Oh, because she's a mount.
Yeah, she's a mount. I can take some of the damage. Actually, does 21 just like that? I thought that she had more hit points.
She's already taken some damage, though.
Aelia? Not Valia?
Mm-hmm. She's unconscious. Okay.
Yeah, so I would definitely take damage for her. If I
Okay.
would know.
All right. How much of that 21 do you want to take?
All of it.
Okay. All right. Then she is. Hang on, let me adjust her HP. That's 28.
But when did she?
No, she didn't. You're right. Yep, she didn't take damage yet.
I was gonna say I've been sponging all of it.
Yeah.
It's just I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
Yeah, I think I hadn't reset her hit points after the long rest. Okay.
That makes sense.
All
Okay,
right.
so either way, I'm going to take the damage.
Okay. All right. Then Valia's turn.
I'm very injured, and I've adjusted my hit points from that last round. I'm sorry to take your advantage away, but I see him struggling with this chick, and since I don't want to go back to this guy because he hurt me a lot, I'm going to use my Warhammer, and she is within 10 feet, and sadly these poor innocent ladies of the night are in my 10 feet, and I'm going to use my Warhammer.
Okay.
Try to knock them prone.
Okay.
Just choke a potion.
That's for the description. Do you mean to still
She
use
doesn't.
what I'm reading?
She has no potions.
Oof.
Okay, so they get a strength
I
saving
guess I
throw.
don't really need to roll it as a rage anyway, because my D.
Berserk, all creatures within 10 foot radius must or fall prone. Okay. Alright, so let's roll it. Yeah, they have no strength basically. So that is, so I'm starting down here. I'm gonna work my way around. So that's
15.
Oh, 15 is the DC? Or...
Yep.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so everybody except the first woman is prone.
Which one was the first one? I'm sorry.
Just hang on 1 sec.
Okay.
Oops. And this woman
At least they have soft, cushy cushions
is prone as well.
to land on.
Good, that's the main one I was aiming for.
Okay. Alright, yeah. So they're all prone. So
I'm
she's
just
not
gonna
prone.
drop to one knee and like, ugh. That's all for me.
Okay.
And Flippy is gonna run over to me and just hang
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of nudging you, like, you okay?
it. Mom?
But yeah, exactly. Alright, Kellisto.
Do it. Do it now.
I'll hit him with my flame blade for now. I think. Just.
Okay.
Do I have to? I was looking to see. I couldn't remember if I needed to be able to talk to change into an animal.
I don't think you do.
I'm pretty sure you
it's
don't.
Just a at will kind of thing.
Then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna change into something.
Okay. So you're hitting him with your flame blade, then bonus action to morph. Is that?
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yep.
Very cool.
Morph into a bear, squish him.
Actually, I was thinking about doing a tiger.
Ooh. I like
Roll.
tiger.
I think I'm gonna do a tiger. I'm gonna go into a tiger.
Something with large HP pool.
Okay.
It's got one of my highest hit points.
Turn into Valia.
Do we have
Just a big
anything
lizard,
here
right?
that would look like...
Almost.
Yeah, I don't have anything that looks like... Okay, so yeah, you see Ulfgar, and Aelia would see as well, Kellisto, wild shapes, fur sprouts, hair recedes, yep, all kinds of stripey now. Alright, so these ladies take a moment to kind of get back up again. And she'll get back up to, and then she'll commence battering Ishmael next round. Except maybe Ishmael will take this opportunity to kind of like, he just punches her squarely, and just squarely, kind of just a big old haymaker kind of punch, and she just goes sprawling on her back and is knocked out. So he just kind of takes the opportunity to do that. Alright, Aelia is going to continue double spearing, and I accidentally closed her character sheet. She can only have action surges. Sorry, there's no details here. Action surges once per short rest. Is that right?
I don't know.
Okay, well, no worries. I'll have a look. So she misses. Let's see.
Let me look up action search on here.
Action surge. Can use this feature. Yeah, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. Okay, so she misses. Nima seeing a tiger, runs away. She's kind of like almost hiding behind Sekalok now. I should probably stay over there.
You should aim for her.
Alright, Tobias.
Oh, okay. This is going to be good. Let me see one thing. If my country requires a verbal spell component. Green Flame Blade. Does it requires a verbal component? That's the question.
Oh, right, your green flame. I think it might.
Hang on.
Let me see.
Yeah, it says
Yep, verbal.
VNM.
It's the price of being quieter.
Shame. Okay, let's take a slashing forward.
Okay.
Hey,
That hits.
not bad. Oh,
Yeah, and he's still supposed to do a Constitution saving throw.
And he fails.
finally.
So you see kind of like the wound that he takes kind kind of this grey color just emanates from it, and he kind of looks down at it like aghast and takes over his whole body, and he's kind of like trying to shake it off, but his hands just, he's still got his sword, but his hands just kind of like, his muscles just tense and he can't move again.
Yay.
Yay.
I did good.
It causes paralysis? Oh, jeez.
It does.
Okay.
This guy just can't catch a break from all the paralysis. Alright, any bonus actions?
Any bonus action? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do.
We'll dance.
Neat. Yeah, cure wounds requires a variable component. Healing word also requires a variable component. Like for now, it'll be all.
Okay. All right, Ulfgar.
Maintaining the status quo. Rapier. On Secalock with advantage, and I can't even see what I've got because I'm on the wrong page.
You hit.
Okay, thank you. Let's roll damage.
Okay, he is badly wounded.
Maximum damage.
Not a lot of life left in him.
Good. See if I can bleed any more out of him. 23.
That also hits.
10 damage. And then Bob.
What did you get advantage for?
Because he's paralyzed.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yay!
His paralyzed, and it's supposed to be crit.
But he just did crit as well.
Well, I did double crit.
Double
Crit crits. You're right, because I'm within 5 feet, so...
He's bleeding profusely now. Looks like he's...
Wait, let me do this straight damage, and then we'll do any bonus damage if he's still going. There you go. There's 11 from Bob offhanded.
He is not still going.
Okay, so he's down anyway.
How do you want to do this?
I just want him to go down. Just...
He's dead.
Just stab, chop, and he just kind of like twitches a bit and falls.
Okay. Wait, Bob is a... Wait, what is Bob again? I can't remember. Is he a great axe?
He's not a great axe. He's a like a hand and a half axe. It's a battle axe.
Oh, battle axe. Okay. So yeah, the battle axe just embeds like into his like shoulder area, cuts his collarbone, like just cleaves into his body, and yeah, he just kind of like, you see this look of like shock come over his face that this is really it, you know, and then he just kind of twitches a little, blood pours from his mouth, and he just kind of slowly sinks to the floor, like his knees collapse and blood, dead.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got...
I don't have anything else I could do that turn.
Okay.
Besides move, but I guess I don't even know where I'd move at this point. Move to there. There you go.
Okay. So obviously he's done. Valia.
I'm gonna pick up this chick over here and chunk her in this room down here with those girls and tell them to stay in there and not come out.
It's quiet. You can't.
There's a silence going on.
Oh crap! I forgot. There's still silence. Ah! I'm just gonna
fast.
pick her up, chuck her in this room with these girls anyway, and just look at them and point, and with the finger, wave my finger like.
You didn't say the magic word.
Okay.
And then I'll go up here. Oh yeah, I guess I can't really move that much. I'll just stay here.
Okay. Kellisto.
Look intimidating.
Tiger Kellisto. Ulfgar stealing your kill.
What?
Turn into a tiger.
He was doing too much damage. We just needed him to die sooner than later. I'm sure Tiger Kellisto will be helpful.
I jump over Aelia and just come out here. I'm not going to do anything then.
Okay.
Just going to kind of prowl around the, kind of to try to scare the girls into staying.
Okay. Valia, you see this big tiger bound out of the room. Although Aelia and Tobias don't seem bothered.
That seems we are not surprised.
The Yuan-Ti are all kind of like, they're still panicked and whatnot. Ishmael, like, seeing Sekalok fall dead, like, looks at the group of you, emotions, like, you see him just, like, telling you.
We only have 6-second rounds, dude. You're gonna have to wait a second.
Aelia thinks this is a good idea and starts heading over here, taking you with her, Tobias.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nima, seeing her beloved fall, comes screaming out of here, if she could be screaming out of here, and she is going to fling herself at you, Ulfgar, like claws. Oh, you know what? Would she pick up Sekalok's greatsword and try and stab you with it?
Would she be able to lift it?
Yeah.
Yes, probably. Like, just like that seems to be the trope.
I think so. So I think she just yanks up, and she's almost like dragging it behind her because it's just too heavy for her, and she's just like screaming, like the tears are already streaming down her face, like it's pure like rage and emotion, but it's silent, you know, and she just like kind of takes the great sword that she's dragging behind her and just swings it wildly, you know, towards you, Ulfgar.
Here comes the nat 20. Nope. Are you rolling strength checks?
I'm rolling strength because she doesn't have.
Right.
Oh, you know what? Actually, wait, hang on. Scimitar. She would have a plus. Wait, scimitars are scimitars finesse weapons?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So then that's. Oh, she does get a +1 though. Then that means.
Which
no, +2. Okay. Hang on. 1 sec. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me do this again.
Probably a proficiency bonus, right?
Yeah. Better. Okay, she still misses. So she swings it wildly at you, but it's just so big that it almost unbalances her, and she misses. Tobias. There's this crazy Yuan-Ti woman next to you. Crazed.
On my turn, I will pull out rope. I'm going to make a kind of crude lasso. I'm going to grab her onto it.
Okay. Make a dexterity roll for me, please.
It has to be dex.
Yep, sorry. You're trying to, like, make a ranged attack, kinda, with the lasso. Well, you're trying to...
But I'm mounted, I have advantage. Against unwanted creatures.
Do you get it on skill checks, though? I don't know about skill checks. It's just attacks, isn't it? Or ability checks, right?
You have advantage on melee attacks rolls against any unwanted creature that is smaller than your mount. You can force an attack to be targeted at you.
Yeah.
If your mount is subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw, you take only half damage. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think you're visibly higher than her, right? She's right next to you. She's not paying attention to you particularly, so I think you could like have advantage on that. And it is, I know it's not a damaging attack, but you are kind of, it's almost like a grapple attack, right? So I think you do manage to get the rope around, this loop of rope lands around this woman. Yuan-Ti woman. What you gonna do with her?
You now have a haremette in a lasso. What are you going to do?
I'm going to tie her up and gag her.
Okay, so that will probably take like a bit more than, I think at the most you have a bonus action left. Maybe even just movement, really, because you had to like tie the lasso and then loop her. So maybe like next turn.
Okay, do it.
Okay, Ulfgar.
So he just tied her up.
He looped the rope around her. That's what's happened so far.
Did she drop the sword?
No.
Okay. Ulfgar would sheathe Bob and try and wrestle the greatsword from her.
Okay. Make a strength check. Gonna try and kind of disarm her with a grapple.
She might have a better strength than he does. Oh, that was a save. Sorry, that was a save. Hold on. Strength check. There you go.
Okay. Well, you know what? There's a chance she rolls a nat 20 as well.
That's true.
Nope, she doesn't. Okay. You're able to wrestle the sword from her.
Okay. And with any remaining ability or action or something, it's just a more a role play thing. Ulfgar is kind of pointing at the girls that are directly in front of him. This group here, and then he takes the greatsword and points over in this direction, and he's kind of like, rapier, let's go.
Gotcha.
And then he points at them like threateningly if they don't move.
So you're kind of motioning for them to get the hell out of the room.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of that he'll be able to do this turn or not, but more or less he's just trying to get them out of the way. He doesn't even care if they're there or not.
All right. They may do something, they may not.
No.
Valia.
Okay, well, I see him motioning, I guess, for us to leave. And Ulfgar took the sword from her.
Yes.
Alright, I'm just gonna go. I'm walking in here and I'm just flinging my arms at these women, like, move, pushing them out of the way.
I'm a fan
I'm
of this.
pushing them out of the way to go to this stupid thing and wait for them.
Okay.
I'm like so over this whole game.
Okay. All right, Callisto.
I start to walk in here.
Tiger
Yup.
Callisto.
And start kind of nudging them out of the way.
Okay. There's lots of like when they see Tiger, and Valia, you can hear lots of screaming as well. Okay. And yeah, they.
Did you drop silence? No.
Not until we're about to go.
No, but these ladies back here, right, are not in.
Yeah.
The silence spell, so.
Yeah, it would be wise if we will just gag them all together, tie all this party up.
Okay, so they're at the moment they're being like pushed out of here, and they are running fearfully for their lives, like over here.
That's my intention.
Yep. So they're kind of running away. They will run up to Ishmael. They're like shaking him and like yelling at him. So he's like trying to fend them off. Good lord. Okay. Aelia waits. Nima. She looks up at Tobias and kind of like trying to judge a little bit, and grabs hold of the rope that's around her and yanks, trying to pull you off. So I think make an opposed strength check with her.
Oh boy.
She rolled crap.
I got -1, so.
Me too.
Yeah, okay. So you're able to kind of hold on. Alright, and yeah, now you're it's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay. I'm going to get off Aelia and tie her up.
Okay.
Not Aelia, the
So you can try, right? But she is still obviously fighting back. So so you are going to make like probably I think 2 opposed strength checks to try and get the rope situated and then tie it securely. Yeah, because she's still very much alive and fighting back.
I could also stop her with a chatter. Poison her.
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Is it time for alignment change?
Remember, these are the people that bathe in the blood of the innocents. So,
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Yep, that hits. Okay. She takes a wound and she's going to make the con. And she fails a con and she's overcome by the poison, so she is now paralyzed.
hey, that works too.
Yeah, that suits me.
I need a paralyzed thing. That will do. Okay. Alright, Ulfgar.
So all of them seem to be trying to get into this room except for these two.
They are like, yeah, I mean, they're kind of, it's mostly panic, right? And they're just trying to get away from tigers and lizard ladies and dudes with,
Okay.
you know,
So
axes and...
Ulfgar will move over here.
Okay.
Actually, he'll move over here. Well, to be more specific, it's a little bit like this, just so that he can do the same thing, point for them to get into this room, and if they make any resist to do so, like they try to keep going this way, he will cut them down.
Okay. So you're threatening them with your weapon? Kind
Yes.
of? Okay. Alright, so yeah, we'll see what they do.
So he's holding his action depending upon their response.
Okay. Valia.
I'm just waiting at the portal. I'm over all this mess. I'm just like, come on, let's get out.
Why don't you take a short rest?
Alright, so I just want to keep turn order going for just a little bit longer. Kellisto.
So I got everyone cleared out, right? So I'm just basically going towards the portal and just, trying to hope people come.
Okay.
Go. I'm kind of like well, not that anyone can hear me, but I kind of like growl.
Right. So the Yuan-Ti women will pour in here as much as they can. Right. They're kind of standing very close to one another. But they're not all really gonna fit. This one's kind of standing in the doorway. So they're all huddled in this room now. And Ishmael is kind of like, he puts his hand out towards you, Ulfgar, and he's staring at the greatsword, and he kind of like makes a gimme motion.
Do I feel that he'd be able to lift this thing or even use it?
I mean, you don't... He seems disguised as a Yuan-Ti pureblood. You know that he's, probably not a Yuan-Ti pureblood, so you have no idea, to be honest.
I'd give him the sword.
Aelia is going to make her way in here. Nima is she just kind of she's gonna try and claw at you, basically.
She's paralyzed.
Oh, she is paralyzed. Okay. She makes a con save at the end of her turn and fails still, so she's still paralyzed. Alright, Tobias.
I'm going to grab the great swords.
Wait,
And
Wait, Ulfgar.
I gave it to Ishmael, who's keeping the girls in the room.
Wait, hang on. How did you get it off Nima?
I did an opposed check, remember? I disarmed her.
Yeah,
and then
right.
I used it to direct traffic.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, sorry. So, Ulfgar has it.
Which I gave it to Ishmael just now.
Well, you are in the process of doing that, right? It's not...
I guess. I mean, I was holding my action to see if I needed to attack, but I don't need to. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
Okay, so I'm going to walk off to Ulfgar, tap him on the shoulder, and ask for a sword.
Oh god, everybody's asking for the fucking sword. Do I look like I'm made of swords?
Alright, well, Ulfgar, it is your turn. Who do you want to give the sword to?
Ishmael was asking for it first. I would have given it to him because of that.
He didn't ask, he just
right, I mean,
stared at him.
He was staring at and he was making the grabby hand motion.
Yeah, he was motioning
the
for the greatsword, and I would have given it to him. Sorry. And then Ulfgar would have could use it, move it 5 feet at a time. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really make any difference. So I guess Ulfgar would move over here, and are you still hanging on to her rope, or is you just leaving her because she's paralyzed at the moment? Because otherwise he'll help toss her into this room.
She's just tied up and paralyzed. What do you want?
It's fine. He just move into this area here.
Yeah, we just need to get out of here before more people come.
Yeah. And he'd cast Healing Word on Valia.
Question, did you drop the silence?
Nope. He doesn't intend on dropping the silence until we're, like, getting out of there.
Okay. So is there anything anybody else wants to do in this room before you go to the portal?
I was thinking if it gets to my turn again, I'd go over to Tobias and push him with my head. Get him back to the portal. Come on!
We're all kind of waiting on him.
Okay, you've got Kellisto kind of nudging you, Tobias. Tiger Kellisto.
Were you out of the circle when you were casting your healing word? Or?
Yes. Which I'm rolling it now. Hold on. I was just trying to find it.
Okay, I just want to drop the turn order at this point.
But I think so. So wait, hang on. Ulfgar, you tossed Nima in the... Or you left her there?
I was going to, but he said that she's tied up and paralyzed, so he'd just leave her.
Okay. Alright. Well, that's why I'm asking. What else... Is there any other kind of combat actions that anybody plans on taking?
Just healing.
Before you start working on the portal?
Right.
Okay. Alright, then let's get rid of this. Okay. So... Paralyzed Nima standing there.
Pile of
wounded. Bunch of Yuan-Ti women in the in this cupboard with Ishmael kind of standing there with the great sword like readied, like glaring at them, and they're all kind of cowering in this little crammed in this little room. And yeah, over to you guys.
Ulfgar says, "You look terrible," as he holds his hand up to Valia and heals you for 8 hit points. That's his verbal component.
You look terrible.
I nod my head. I said, "I've definitely had better days." I just hope we can find somewhere to rest when we leave here.
Yeah, that went poorly.
Let's go. I can only keep this up for a few more minutes. And then they'll
Can you
all be
imagine the
screaming.
noise when we leave?
I'd rather
It's
not.
gonna be a bunch of screaming women.
Let's go.
Okay. Before we go through the circle, Kellisto, do everything what you can to allow us to pass as stealthy as possible. Because I don't know where we will end.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll make us
I
quiet
wasn't
again.
planning on turning back to human, but all right.
Why don't we see where we end up first before she transports back? I know she can only do it so many times before she needs a
Yeah,
rest
that's why I
again.
wasn't going to transport.
Let's go through, and then she can always convert back and cast. It's a silent.
Oh.
She does seem to be able to flip forms quite quickly.
Yes, just not often.
Just don't move once we
Okay.
go through.
Ulfgar, do I have time to bring back Arokh?
How long does it take?
10 minutes.
Oh god. We've got about 5 before this spell drops.
I'm sure there will be no more ruckus. You can heal in meantime.
Costa
What if-
looks at you, and then she just walks back out here and she sits in front of them, the women, and
If that's the case, then Ulfgar would say, "All right, well, if needs be, I'll recast. But yeah, we could use the reinforcements. And then he would probably move what's her face back into the group with the rest of them.
Okay, so I'm bringing back Arokh.
Okay.
We're gonna need the extra help. We need the muscle.
Yeah. May I have his token back?
Yep.
Like, please.
Just move in.
One half of my character is missing right now.
Alright.
We need a short rest so bad.
There you go.
We got many hit dice.
You might want to fix his hit points because I think they're still at. Yeah. Okay.
And he's going to join Kellisto in staring at the omens.
Well, once he's summoned, then let's go.
And one more thing, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Unless we're taking another like 15 minutes or something like that, I will definitely be casting that spell again so that people can rest up. But
Okay.
Casting
let's
what
go.
spell again?
And,
silence.
silence.
To keep, well, I would have already because the spell would have
Okay.
expired. So I will
Okay.
mark down another spell used.
Okay.
Spells. Where is it? Less
Alright.
spells than wanting.
Okay, and I'm starting working on this teleportation circle.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yes.
Make an Arcana check. Okay. So you're able to get it working. And what is
And
the
I'm going to-
destination you're focusing on?
I'm going to speak in Arcana bed chamber.
Okay.
Tune in next time to find out where we end up. In the women's bathroom? What's going through
Or giant
Tobias's mind? We're back in the
Don't
harem.
be so optimistic.
Alright, wait, hang on, sorry, I'm just making sure that I've got everything sorted. Okay, so the glyph on the floor begins to glow and kind of almost rotate, and you know that they've got like 6 seconds before it expires. So what you guys doing in this 6 seconds?
running for the thing.
Casting Healing Word as a bonus action on Valia one more time for 5 hit points, and then going through the portal.
Okay. All right. Valia.
Knock off another spell.
Get me and Flippy are just gonna go through the portal.
Okay. So, and Arokh, is he rushing? So.
I'm gonna move myself out of the way for now.
No, Arokh will be staying here.
Okay, so Arokh stays there, and everybody else is basically rushing. Ulfgar, are you rushing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to overlap the icons.
Okay, no problem. All right, so everybody rushes forward, right? And you find yourself here. I'm gonna move you, and I will kind of unveil the area where you are moved to. And Flippy as well. Have I missed anybody? Nope. Okay, so that's alright, and let's do this. Oh, hang on, I need to zoom in. Boop.
Zoom out.
Okay, you find yourself
In the belly of a hydra.
not quite.
Bedroom, not belly.
You find yourself in this room, and let me describe it to you. So, 4 pillars support a vaulted ceiling, and steps ascend to an iron throne carved in the likeness of a hydra. Painted on the wall behind is a large blue triangle. To the south, an engraved stone disc, which is where you're standing, set in the alcove. A 10-foot wide opening in the east wall leads to a flooded cave. And then you also see there's a hallway going this way. Let's do that. And then you can see kind of out here, like that.
So the room is vaulted. What about the hallways?
The hallways are not vaulted, no. Those are like regular height hallways. And in front of you are a bunch of, 3 kind of brood guard and a couple of Uranti Malisons. And that, I think, is where we should stop.
Surprise!
This does not look like a bedroom to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me either. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in for another episode of Tomb of Annihilation, where we slowly annihilate ourselves in this tomb for adventurers. Anyway, tune in next time to find out what happens, because I got no clue how we're going to make it out of this alive. By the way, I did not drop concentration on that silent spell. It's still quiet. Still good for another 5 minutes. All right. So see you guys next time.